Hello everyone, so today we are going to talk about how to doing business in France. France is one of the most modern and highly developed country, and France is a leader among European nations with 500 million consumers. France also one of the easiest country in which to starting up a business within 7 days. Then in this opportunity, we will compare France and Indonesia. GDP and population size. So GDP in France was worth more than 2,400 billion US dollar in 2016. Because France has high GDP, so France become number 6 in the world and second in the Europe. France population size. France also has around 64,750,000 population in 2016 and become the 20th largest population in the world. Some of the most popular importing industries in France are oil, machine engine and pumps, vehicles, electronic equipment, plastics, clothing, and last, aircraft and spacecraft. There are several things to watch out before you doing business in France. France ranks 27 in the world for starting a business, according to World Bank and International Finance Corporation. It takes 5 procedures and 7 days to set up, including registering and having company books stamp. Adapting to French business culture is important when considering cross-border moves. Formality is important and the French are extremely proud of their language. Their passion for good food and wine should be observed, and business which appreciate differences in ethic, approach, and style in business are most likely to succeed. The third is about the import and export. About the trading across border, it takes 11 days to import and 9 days to export, requiring 2 documents which can take between 3 and 5 days to prepare. Here is the Indonesian GDP. Indonesian GDP worth more than 932.3 billion US dollars in 2016. Indonesia is the 60th largest economy in the world and become the number 1 largest economy in Southeast Asia. And then for Indonesian population size is 261.1 million in 2016 and become the 4th of the largest population size in the world. The main industries in Indonesia are first, rubber, second, palm oil, 3, petroleum and natural gas, the last but not least, tourism. The corruption. Indonesia has been known as one of the country with high corruption rate. Indonesia is number 90 less corrupt nation out of 175 countries, according to Transparency International 2016. Emerging market, also known as emerging economy or developing countries, are nations that are investing in more productive capacity. Indonesia become one of the emerging market besides Mexico, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia, especially in automobile, consumer goods, natural resources, and banks. There are various macroeconomic shocks or development that can jeopardize economic stability in Indonesia, and therefore damage your investment or business in this country. For example, high inflation, high rupiah or exchange rate, high unemployment rate, And the last but not least, rising poverty. After this, we can see how globalized France compare to Indonesia. First, by using social globalization. Social globalization has three dimensions. First, personal context. Second, information flows. And cultural proximity. These three dimensions includes transfers, number of internet users, trade in newspaper, number of McDonald's restaurants, and IKEA in a country. Next is political globalization. The political globalization is determined by the number of embassies and high commissions in a country, the number of international organizations to which the country is a member. The third is economic globalization. Economic globalization has two dimensions, actual economic flow and restriction to trade. These two dimensions includes data on trade, FDI, mean tariff rate, and taxes on international trade. The last one is the overall globalization. The overall index of globalization covers the economic, social, and political dimensions. The higher values denote the greater the globalization. Here is France import regulations. As a member of EU, the European Common Commerce Policy is applied in France. For the import of goods less than 1,000 kilograms in weight or 1,000 euro in value, one is only required to declare the package verbally at customs and produce the purchase invoice for the items being imported. Hence, if you are carrying a sample items on your first visit to France, you don't need to undergo any formalities. Minimum tariff rates apply to import from countries that extend corresponding advantages to France. Most raw materials enter duty-free, while most manufactured goods have a tariff of 5% to 17%. Move on to restriction. No matter how liberally traded the EU wants to be, it obviously has restrictions in place that prohibit certain goods, such as the limitation for import goods or products, pirates or counterfeit products which cannot be imported outright, products that contain chemicals like mercury, the live animals, control the categories of products. For examples, product that subject to CITES is an international agreement between government. Its aim is to ensure the international trade in specimens of wild animals and plants does not threaten their survivals. Next, luxury goods. The last, product that contain animals such as food and cosmetics. The current trade policies. First, reducing unemployment and creating jobs depend in particular on French companies' ability to win markets abroad and stand out from their international competitors. Secondly, conducive to job creation in France. The third one, make a deal with non-tariff barriers that particularly penalize French companies. The fourth one involves strict social and environmental requirements. Lastly, involve gradual implementation and adequate temporary protection measures for the sensitive sector of our economy. Thank you for watching.